there are venues we did that tune that it wasn't quite as well received as it was just now. And I loved it. This next tune is an a cappella tune. We were privileged. This group has done so many great stellar performances over the years, very honored performances. This group was the very first group to perform at a national MENC convention. It's back in 1974. I was the piano player back in those days. And we've done all kinds of other things. I'm just kind of thinking over I was saying that the last month or so since we announced that we were closing down shop, you start thinking about all the things that have gone over and the special moments that you've had and stuff. Well, in fact, Bill sitting there, one of my favorite moments was the night with the Mount Hood Summer Jazz Festival. We were, but this was 1992, and we were booked to do the side stage Friday evening. And to those of you that experienced that festival, back in those days, it was a 3-day festival that would sell out 10,000 people 3 days in a row. And for us to get to do an evening gig was a really big coup for us. And somebody had forgotten that the opening act had to perform before sundown. That was take 6. And so they asked us if we would be willing to switch our performance times so that they could go on first, and then we would go on. So take 6 opened for us. And then we opened for Ray Charles. That was a pretty cool night. We've done a lot of, the IAJE conventions in Miami and New York several times, and LA several times, and we've had some great opportunities. And last year we performed in New Orleans for the big jazz convention and stuff. This year though, we're honored to do the ACDA convention now. Ordinarily we do jazz conventions, right? ACDA is a choral directors convention. So you're going to have choirs of all kinds. It's not just school choirs, and it could be, church choirs and community choirs and gay choruses and all kinds of things will perform at these ACDA things. One of the things they do though is that they prefer to hear you just sing, and that's not really our act. Our act is us and the 4 guys with us, and so we do most everything we do is accompanied with a great jazz group with us. So, but when you do that group, you got to do some a cappella music. And so we actually prepared 2 a cappella pieces for that convention. We're going to do one of them. We're going to bring Kiet out. And we're going to do a tune that is Paul McCartney's favorite pop tune from the 60s. Anybody know what Paul McCartney's favorite tune in the 60s was? It wasn't a Beatles tune. It was a Beach Boys tune. God Only Knows. God Only Knows, Paul McCartney's favorite tune. So somebody, a guy by the name of Jamie Cullum over in London, put together this setting, which is a tribute to both Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys and Paul McCartney of the Beatles by putting God Only Knows to the setting of the string quartet to Eleanor Rigby. So, Kiet here is going to be Dennis Wilson. Come on out. Come on, stand. And the rest of the group is the string quartet.
I may not always love you, long as there are stars above you. You'll never need to doubt it, I'll make so sure about it. God only knows what I'd be without you. If you should ever leave me, life would still go on, believe me. The world would show nothing to me, so what good would living do me? God only knows what without your love. God, He knows what I'd be without you. God only knows what I'd be without you. If you should ever leave me, life would still go on, believe me. God knows what I'd be. The world would show nothing to me. So what good would living to me? God only knows what I'd be without you. He knows what I'd be without you. God only 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 knows what I'd be without you. God